Elephant Duma Charley Retiring an Elephant from Captivity. How Elephant Charley became Elephant Duma after decades of loneliness. The African bull, known for over 40 years, as Charley, deserves to spend the remainder of his life in a species-appropriate environment fit for an elephant. This is also where his name change comes in for. With a new life and a new future, a new name for beloved Elephant Charley is only befitting of the epic journey the more than 5-ton mammal has been on. The elephant experts at his new home recently renamed him Duma. In the local language of Zulu, Duma is loosely translated as meaning to dominate, to rumble, and to be famous. What a suitable, respectful, and fitting African name for this African giant. But to really appreciate his future, we need to take a few steps back. The tale of Elephant Charley, or rather Duma, has it all: a beloved but lonely wild animal organizations taking hands and working together, the dream of a great retirement plan, a challenging relocation, and finally, a happy ending in the best possible surroundings. A beloved but lonely wild animal. Duma's story begins more than 40 years ago, when in 1982, he was born as a wild calf in Hwange National Park in Zimbabwe. It was here that he was captured in the wild as a young elephant. First sold to a traveling circus in South Africa, he had to perform for 16 years in the Boswell Circus. Later in 2001, he was transferred to a zoo in Pretoria, South Africa, where he lived in captivity for over 20 years. During his time at the zoo, Duma witnessed the death of 4 elephant companions and endured years of loneliness for the sake of human entertainment. For many years, local animal welfare organizations and individuals tried to help the elephant, who was stuck in the zoo, alone in a barren enclosure. He showed signs of distress, including repetitive head swaying, a behavior very common in captive animals. Organizations taking hands and working together. Global Animal Welfare Organization for PAWS, the Elizabeth Margaret Steyn Ems Foundation, and Shambhala Private Reserve struck up a partnership with one goal in mind: to ensure the best retirement plan for the famous African elephant. Under the lead of Dr. Amir Khalil from ForPaws, a team of veterinarians and wildlife experts worked on a comprehensive relocation plan to ensure an optimal transition for Duma as retirement. Experts from the various organizations worked passionately to ensure he would be ready to enter his crate and be transported to Shambhala to be reintegrated into a natural environment suitable for a male bull elephant. Located just 3 hours from the zoo, the reserve in the Limpopo province of South Africa has a proven track record of successfully reintegrating captive elephants into the wild. Since 2015, they have rehabilitated and released elephants that were previously used for elephant-back safaris. Today, the reserve is home to a small but thriving population of elephants. ForPaws experts worked on site preparing Duma for his relocation after being officially invited by the Ems Foundation to provide expert medical opinion on his health and well-being. ForPaws also ensured the professional, safe, and humane relocation of Duma, from overseeing the crate design and training prior to the move, to being committed to his rehabilitation and adaptation into the new environment. This retirement is an important milestone for Elephant Charley, but also for better animal welfare in South Africa. Together with our partners, we have been working tirelessly to end the loneliness of Elephant Charley, to see him thrive in his new species-appropriate home. At ForPaws, we strive for sustainable long-term solutions, advocate for the most favorable legal framework protecting wild animals, and improve the lives of as many animals as possible, the dream of a great retirement plan. Finally, in August 2024, the big day came, and the beloved Tusker was relocated to Shambhala Private Reserve, where initially Duma stayed in his safe Boma area to get used to his new surroundings. In September 2024, after the first adaptation and rehabilitation phase, he was released from here into a 1-hectare enclosure in the savannah to start foraging for food by himself. Thanks to his special feeding and trust-building program, the African elephant was step-by-step prepared for his life in the wild by an expert ForPaws team, as well as his future caretakers at Shambhala. To prepare the 42-year-old for an independent life in the wild, he received special care, a rich daily diet of about 130 kilograms of seasonal vegetables and fruit, as well as hay and branches to help him gain weight and strength. Duma also had to learn to come back to his safe space in the enclosure, which will be important for future veterinary examinations and his ongoing care, whilst ensuring he leads a life as independent and wild as possible. In the wild, elephants walk up to 150 kilometers per day. We are helping Charlie to slowly build up the needed muscles for his big release into the entire reserve. He is on a special diet to gain weight for his life in the wild. We are teaching him how to pick fresh branches from trees, which are important for his digestion. His favorite food are pumpkins, which he absolutely loves and devours rapidly, a challenging relocation sadly. Duma's captivity has left deep wounds that are luckily slowly healing. This is just another stark reminder that animals do not belong in captivity and definitely not in entertainment. Charlie's nails, for example, had deep cracks from inappropriate keeping and needed special attention. This is quite common in elephants in confinement, as foot care is often neglected. He was also not familiar with mud baths and a pool, elements which are absolute essentials for these animals. An elephant's skin relies on mud baths, water and dust to stay protected and to regulate their temperature. Spraying mud or water behind their ears helps cool them down. Mud and dust protects them from the sun and mosquitoes, as well as helping with the shedding of dead skin cells and providing a protective layer against the elements. Charlie is a very special elephant. He is a fast learner and adapts really well to his new environment. Charlie has already built a strong bond of trust with the new caretakers. With every day, he is starting to behave more and more like a wild elephant. It is simply beautiful to see that he has already started communicating with the other elephants in the reserve from afar. Last week, he trumpeted for the very first time and used his trunk to pour water over his head. Yesterday, he has enjoyed his first mud bath since being in captivity for decades. It is with great joy that we are watching him settle in so well. Possible next steps for Duma include being released into the full 10,000-hectare reserve, where he can decide to join one of the two elephant groups or to live alone. After living under the inappropriate and solitary conditions he did as an exhibit at South Africa's only national zoo, getting to choose his own future, a reality that was unthinkable for Duma a mere few months ago. And finally, a happy ending in the best possible surroundings. The Four Paws team is overjoyed that he will be able to live independently in the reserve. He might choose to live separately from the others, like bulls usually do in the wild, but this is truly what is so great. This new life offers Elephant Duma the opportunities to choose and to live a species-appropriate life fit for an elephant. For Paws continues to support the rehabilitation efforts within the Shambhala Reserve, promoting Charlie's natural behaviors and social bonds.